Welcome back to our channel Respect Education. Now we see exercise 9.2 in which question number 1. Choose the correct answer and give justification for each, in which first bit is the angle between a tangent to a circle and the radius drawn at the point of contact is dash. Here 4 options are given. We need to select right one. First option is 60 degrees, second one 30 degrees, third one 45 degrees and fourth one is 90 degrees. To solve it, let us see here, let us consider a circle whose center is O. So here let us consider circle whose center is O. And here we have to draw tangent. As you know, tangent can be drawn at any point of the circle. Here I am drawing tangent in this way. See, tangent intersects the circle at a point. Let this point be P. Now join OP. OP is the radius. Now here I am taking this L as tangent. Right. Now let us see the question. The angle between tangent and the radius at the point of contact. As we know, here we have a theorem. It says that the angle between the radius and the tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees. Clear? So in other words, we can say the radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. So here, however you say, here we can write that we know that this is what here justification. Here you see give justification. That is what here. This explanation is for the giving justification. So we know that the angle between radius and tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees. So here we can say this angle is 90 degrees. Check the option here. Option D is the correct option. So here we can write 90 degrees. With this first bit gets completed. Now let us see second bit. From a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeter and the distance of Q from the center is 25 centimeter. Then the radius of the circle is dash. So here, according to the given condition, here there is a circle. So here there is a circle is given, and from a point Q, a tangent is drawn whose length is, for example, here we can draw a tangent like this. Okay, so this is the point of contact. This is the point Q. Length of the tangent means, as you know, let us take this point as P. Only QP is the length of tangent. So here, this tangent, length of tangent is given as 24 centimeter. And the distance between Q from the center. So here let us take the center as O. So distance between O and Q, this distance is 25 centimeter. Then we need to find the radius, means OP. OP is required. This is what we need to find. So here let us write the given data. Here given PQ is equal to 24 centimeter and also OQ is equal to 25 centimeter. Then to find, here what to find? Radius. So radius means, here OP is the radius. Distance between center to any point on the circumference, nothing but here P. So OP is to be found, so that is question mark. Now as we know, the angle between radius and the tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees. So here we can write that we know that the angle between radius and tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees. That means here we can take from triangle OPQ, angle P is 90 degrees. From triangle OPQ, angle P is equal to 90 degrees. Then you can easily say which kind of triangle OPQ, which kind of triangle it is. Since one of the angles is 90 degrees, it is a right angle triangle. Which theorem can be applicable? Pythagoras theorem can be applicable. So here let us write, by Pythagoras theorem says that the square of the hypotenuse, here OQ is the hypotenuse, so square of the hypotenuse means OQ square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Here if you OQ is the hypotenuse, other two sides are OP and PQ. So let us take their sum of their squares, means OP square plus PQ square. OP square plus PQ square. Let us substitute the known values so that we can find the unknown value. So here OQ square, OQ is already given 25. So OQ square is 25 square is equal to OP square. OP is to be found now, so we do not know. Let us write OP square as it is, and PQ square. PQ is given as 24, so PQ square is 24 square. Let us send this value here, so it becomes OP square is equal to 25 square. As they are bringing 24 square, this side becomes minus 24 square. Here there are two ways to solve. First one, 25 square is 625, 24 square is 576. Here I am writing two ways to solve. First way is 25 square is 625, 24 square is 576. So that here when you subtract this you will get 49. This is one of the ways. And the other way of solving is a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So a plus b means 25 plus 24 into a minus b, 25 minus 24. So it is 25 plus 24 is 49 into this is 1. So this is also 49. You can do any one of the methods. So finally OP square is 49. 49 can be written as 7 square. So by applying square roots both the sides, we get OP is equal to 7. Here you observe PQ, units of PQ is centimeter, OQ centimeter. So here OP also should be in centimeter. So finally, let us see the question. The radius of the circle is, it is nothing but OP. OP is nothing but 7 centimeter. Therefore, the radius is 7 centimeter. With this, second bit gets completed. Now let us see third bit. If AP and AQ are the two tangents, a circle with center O, so that angle POQ is equal to 110 degrees, then angle PAQ is equal to dash. Here let us see, there is a circle whose center is O, so that here you can take two tangents, like one tangent is here and another one is like this. So here let us take the point of contacts. Here you observe AP and AQ. A is the common point. So here let us take A here, P and then Q. Now here the question is that angle POQ is 110, where here the center is O. If you join PO and then OQ, this angle is 110 degrees. Now we need to find angle PAQ, means this angle is required. Let us take that angle as some x, or we can leave PAQ as it is, not a problem. So here let us write the given conditions. Here given AP and AQ are the two tangents, and also given angle POQ is equal to 110 degrees. So to find here, what to find? Angle PAQ, that is nothing but x, that is question mark, right? So let us start solving this problem here. So if you observe carefully, in fact it can be done directly, that the angle at the center, and that is made by the tangents, okay? The angle at the center and the angle made by the tangents at the external point, these two angles are supplementary. Actually, see here, this is the point of contact P and this radius OP, and here angle, this is also point of contact Q and this is radius. Now this is the angle made by the points of contact at the center, this angle, and this is the angle made by the tangents. So here this angle, these two angles are supplementary, so that directly we can write that 110 plus x is equal to 180. Supplementary angles means 180, okay? Sum of the angles is 180. So 110 plus x is equal to 180. From that you can find x is equal to 180 minus 110, that is 70. Okay, but here so far we did not learn the property. That is the reason here we are going to try this one with the known things. Here what is the known thing for us? We know that the angle at P is 90 degrees. That already we have seen. That is theorem 9.1. And here angle Q is also 90 degrees. For these two, the common theorem is that, I am writing the common theorem here, that is, we know that the angle between the radius and the tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees. So that's all, simple. So let us write here the angle between whom and whom? Here you see radius and the tangent. Between the radius and the tangent, okay, at the point of contact, is 90 degrees. So directly we can write angle P and angle Q 90 degrees each. Now here you observe, here you see A, P, O, Q. It is a quadrilateral. So here we can write that from quadrilateral, that is A, P, O, Q. As we know, that is angle sum property. Sum of all the angles is 360 degrees. So here we can write that from this quadrilateral APOQ implies angle A plus angle P plus angle O plus angle Q is 300 degrees, 60 degrees. So this is called angle sum property of a quadrilateral. So let us substitute the known values so that we can find the unknown value. Here angle A is nothing but x plus angle P is already we know that is 90 degrees and angle O is 110 degrees, and again here angle Q is 90 degrees. This is equal to 360 degrees. On simplifying this, 90 plus 110 is 200. 200 plus 90 is 290. So here we can write as x plus 290 is equal to 360. Now as we need x, let us send 290 that side, that is 360 minus 290. So here on subtraction we get 70 degrees. X is 70 degrees. X is nothing but angle APQ. PAQ. X is nothing but angle PAQ. Angle PAQ is equal to 70 degrees. See here. This is what we found the value with the known theorem. If not, as I have told you earlier, you can take these two are supplementary. So 110 plus x is 180, therefore x equals 17. That way also it can be done. So finally, angle PAQ is equal to 70 degrees is the final answer. With this third bit gets completed. Now let us see fourth bit. If tangents PA and PB from a point P to a circle with center O are inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degrees, then angle POA is equal to dash. Let us see here. Consider a circle with center O and two tangents are to be drawn. Here is one tangent. This is the second tangent. Right. Just you take these as points of contact. So here it is given PA and PB. Here you observe P is common. So here P comes here. Then only you will get P to A. By PA one tangent, P to B, PB as another tangent. Now here this is a circle. This is a circle whose center is O. Now here join OA and also OB. Next you join OP also. Now the question is that here both the tangents are inclined each other at 80 degrees. Where to write this 80? See, both the tangents mean tangent PA and PB. Both inclined here. So this is 80 degrees. Clear? So this 80, before writing that 80, okay, I am maintaining this one as some gap. Let it be like that, and we need POA. POA. That means we are in need of this angle. Clear? So here you just observe there are two triangles. OAP is one triangle. OBP is another triangle. Right. These two are right angled triangles. These two are right angled triangles. So first we are able to prove these two are congruent. So that what do we get? If these two are congruent, then these two angles will be corresponding parts of the congruent triangles. Means by CPCT, these two angles will be equal. That means here this 80 degrees can be splitted equally. Here 40, here 40. Is it clear? Here 40 degrees and here 40 degrees. Now here again you see in this right angle triangle, if this angle is 90 degrees and this is 40 degrees, and here definitely we can find this angle POA by using angle sum property, that is 180 degrees minus sum of 90 and 40. Sum of 90 and 40 is 130. So 180 minus 130 is 50. So we can find this angle 50 degrees. Is it clear? So here that means we need to understand that here 80 degrees will be splitted equally. Here is 40 degrees, here is 40 degrees. For which we are going to write the with justification or clarification. So here let us start solving this problem. Before that we can write first given. Let us write here given. The given conditions are PA and PB are the tangents. PA and PB are the two tangents, and also given angle APB is given as 80 degrees. That is the meaning here you see. Both the tangents are inclined each other at an angle of 80 degrees. The meaning is that both the tangents are inclined at 80 degrees means angle APB is equal to 80 degrees. Now what to find? Here we need to find angle POA, that is required. Angle POA is question mark. For this, what we are going to do here now? First we are going to prove these two triangles are congruent. So here let us observe here what is the angle A and also what is angle B. In simple, what are these angles? Angle A and angle B. As we know, this is 90 degrees, this is also 90 degrees. The reason is that we know that the reason is nothing but theorem 9.1. It says that the angle between the radius and the tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees. So let us write the same here. The angle between radius and the tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees. So that we can say that angle A and angle B each is 90 degrees. Now I am going to compare these two triangles. So here from triangle OAP and triangle OBP. Okay, let us write it directly. Here in this one angle A, in this triangle, in triangle OAP angle A, in triangle OBP angle B is equal to 90 degrees each. And one more thing is OP is equal to OP, that is common side. So we can write OP is equal to OP since it is common side. We can write common. And here OA is equal to OB because they both are radii. Since they are radii. Observe carefully. 90 degrees is called right angle, whereas OP common is called hypotenuse, and this OA and OB they are taken as sides. So by RHS congruency axiom, so here I am writing by RHS congruency axiom, both the triangles are congruent. OAP, triangle OAP is congruent to triangle OBP. When these two triangles are congruent, by CPCT we can say that, here you see, this you take it as X and this you take it as Y. So here we can say X is equal to Y. But already given X plus Y is equal to 80 degrees. So here I am writing X plus, in place of Y I am writing again X. X plus X equal to 80 degrees, therefore X is equal to, in fact is 2X equal to 80. So 80 by 2 is 40. So X is equal to 40 degrees. Now you see here, this X is, here I got this as 40 degrees. Clear? In fact Y is also 40 only. Now let us consider this upper triangle, that is OAP, in which one of the angles is 90 degrees and other angle is 40 degrees. Now we are going to find this third angle, that is angle POA. So let us write here, from triangle OAP by angle sum property, first I am writing this angle, it is angle POA, plus this is angle A, plus here it is angle P, that is what X is equal to 180 degrees. Here the reason is that by angle sum property of a triangle, as I do not have place I am writing in short. So here let us write angle POA, that is what we need to find, plus here angle A is required. Angle A is already we know 90 degrees. Angle A is 90 degrees. See here, we have written angle A equal to 90 degrees. We are going to use it now. And X is equal to 40 degrees is equal to 180. So here on simplification we get here angle POA is equal to, right, 90 plus 40 is 130. 130 can be sent that side, that is 180 minus 130. 180 minus 130, nothing but 50 degrees. So here we got angle POA is equal to 50 degrees. Let us see the question. Angle POA is how much? That is 50 degrees. So with this fourth bit gets completed. Now we see fifth bit, that is in the figure. Here is the given figure. XY and X dash Y dash are two parallel tangents to a circle with center O. Here is the circle with center O, and here if you observe XY and X dash Y dash, these two are two parallel tangents, and another tangent AB with point of contact C. Here you see another tangent, this is AB whose point of contact is C. That means this tangent intersects the circle at C. That tangent AB intersecting XY, see here AB intersecting XY at A, and AB intersecting X dash Y dash at B. Then the question is that angle AOB, this is the angle we need to find. This is our question, right? Let us start solving it. Fine. First, join OC. That can be written as construction, or here you can write. So let's join OC. Now here try to understand the thing what we need to do. First here you observe triangle OPA and triangle OCA. Here let us prove this triangle and this triangle, these two are congruent to each other in order to get this answer. So first our target 1 is, here I am writing, our target 1 is that triangle OPA is to be congruent to triangle OCA. Triangle OCA. This is the first target with which we are able to conclude that these two angles are equal. Okay, and the second target is that these two triangles, here we can say triangle 3 and triangle 4. That means triangle OQB, triangle OQB is congruent to this triangle, that is triangle OCB. Triangle OCB. By proving this, we are going to prove these two angles are equal. So we are going to know what's happening here. So let us see the first target now. Triangle 1 and triangle 2, these two are to be congruent. Let us see what are the different ways in proving that. Here you observe, in this triangle angle P is 90, in this triangle angle C is 90. The reason is that here the angle between the radius and the tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees, right? So here I am writing here from triangle I am taking OPA and triangle OCA. Clear? I am writing here angle P is equal to angle C is equal to 90 degrees each. Here I am writing, the reason is that the angle between, here I am writing since the angle between radius and the tangent at the point of contact, at I am writing P by C, just shortcut of point of contact, is 90 degrees. That is the reason here angle P and angle C, both of them are 90 degrees. And one more thing, as we know here that here if you observe, okay, we'll take one more side. The one more side is that OA is common side for both. So here let us write OA is equal to OA, which is common side for both the triangles. Next, one more thing is that you just assume that you are at A. Now let us see carefully. What is A for this circle? For this circle means with respect to circle, A is the external point. And one more thing, here from A means from the external point, AP and AC, these two are the tangents drawn to the circle from an external point. We know that the tangents are equal, or in other words we can say the lengths of the tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So in that sense AP is equal to AC. So let us note it down here. AP is equal to AC. The reason is that the lengths of tangents drawn from an external point are equal, right? So here if you compare these three values, what I have written here, angle P and angle C both indicate right angle, and here OA is the hypotenuse for both the triangles, and here AP and AC are the one of the sides. So clearly by RHS congruence axiom, here I am writing, by RHS congruency axiom we can say that these two triangles are congruent. So here I am writing triangle, see which triangles I have taken, OPA is congruent to triangle OCA. When these two triangles are congruent to each other, by CPCT, this angle, we can say it as angle COA is equal to angle POA. So by CPCT, for example, if I denote this as small a, and this angle also will be the small a, because by CPCT, let us see what is CPCT. The corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. So here we can say by CPCT we can write here it as angle A is equal to angle A. That means here angle POA is equal to angle COA. So let us write angle A is equal to angle A. Let us consider this as equation number 1. Here I repeat a small thing for your confirmation. When these two triangles are similar, in general what happens, this angle will be equal to here this angle. Actually, when two triangles are similar, corresponding parts are this angle is equal to this angle, in fact. But here you observe, we have taken here 90 degrees and then this is the common hypotenuse, and here AP is equal to AC also, right? If you observe carefully, here we can say even OP is equal to OC also can be said, because these two are radii. OP is radius, OC is radius. Is it clear? So if you understand, if you observe carefully, OPAC is a square. It is a square. So that here OA is a diagonal. As diagonal bisects, either you take this angle and this angle, and this angle and this angle, all the angles are equal. And one more logic is that, as we know, O lies on the angle bisector of the tangents where inclined. I repeat, O lies, center O lies on the angle bisector of where the tangents, okay, of the point where the tangents inclined an angle. So here this is the angle bisector. In that way also you will come to know that these two angles are equal. So again these two angles are equal, therefore here all the angles are equal. If it is A, this is also A, this is also A, this is also A. So here directly I am taking, when you overlap these two, OP will be matched with OC or AC, no problem. AC will be matched with AP. So here in that way these two angles are absolutely equal. So here I am saying angle A equal to angle A. Similarly when we prove 3 and 4 are congruent with the same logic, then here this angle B is equal to this angle B by CPCT. So here we can write similarly, we can prove these two triangles are congruent. So triangle OQB is congruent to triangle OCB. This can be proved with the same logic. Either you can use here RHS or SSS. Here I will say what are SSS. See here BC and BQ both are equal. That can be act as one side. OB common side. OQ is equal to OC. That is another side. So here by SSS, if not, angle C is 90, angle Q is 90. That is right angle. OB common, that is hypotenuse. And one more side you can take it as either OQ equal to OC or BC equal to BQ. So anyway, these two are congruent. Now here let us write by CPCT, we can write angle B is equal to angle B. Angle B is equal to angle B. Let us take it as equation number 2. Now here you observe carefully the diagram. Almost all we came to we came to the conclusion. The thing is that here what is POQ? What is PQ? PQ is a diameter. As we know, it passes through the center. So here POQ is a straight line. Now here can we say what is the angle at O? 180 degrees. So here from the figure what is angle at O? A plus B is equal to 180 degrees. So let us write here, since POQ is a straight line, we can say that angle A plus angle B plus angle B is 180 degrees. It's a straight angle. So let us write 2 times angle A plus angle B is 180. So we can say angle A plus angle B is 180 by 2 is 90 degrees. From the figure you observe here carefully, what is angle A plus B? Nothing but angle AOB. Clear? What is angle A plus angle B? Is nothing but angle AOB. So here let us write in place of angle A plus angle B, I replace this one with angle AOB is equal to 90 degrees. Now here let us see the question. Here you see, then angle AOB is dash. Clearly angle AOB is nothing but A plus B nothing but 90. Therefore here angle AOB is equal to 90 degrees. With this fifth bit gets completed. Now let us see question number 2. 2 concentric circles are of radii 5 cm and 3 cm are drawn. Find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. So here let us draw 2 concentric circles. For example, this is the circle 1 and this is the circle 2. So here, okay. So here let us take 2 circles whose center is common. That is called, those are called concentric circles. So here we need to find the length of the chord of the larger circle. Here you see, if you draw the chord like this, it will be the chord. But the condition is that this chord should touches the smaller circle. So here we can draw the chord like this. But for this particular question, this kind of chord cannot be drawn. So here this is not the suitable chord for this question. Then which is the suitable chord? You have to draw a chord for the larger circle that should touch the smaller circle. So here let us draw a chord like this, or like this, or like this, or here slant, however you want you can write. So here I am drawing in this way, right? So here let us label it as AB. AB is a chord of the larger circle where it touches the smaller circle at a point, that is I am taking it as C. If you understand carefully, AB is the chord for the larger circle and AB intersects the smaller circle at only one point. That is why we can say AB is the tangent for the smaller circle. Is it clear? AB is the chord for the larger circle and the same AB is tangent for the smaller circle, because here it touches the circle, smaller circle, at only one point, that is C. So it can be called as point of contact now. So here let us draw, let us write what is given here. Before that, let us read the question. Radii, whose radii? The first one, bigger one's radii is 5 centimeter. Radius also it can be drawn however you want, but here according to our solution, better you draw. Here let us join either OA or OB. Here I join OA. So here I join OA. So here OA is 5 centimeter. Clear? And radius of the smaller circle is 3 centimeter. For the smaller circle also you can join wherever you want, but according to this question, let us join OC. Here OC is the radius for the smaller circle. So this is 3 centimeter. As we know, angle at C is 90 degrees, right? So let us write here the given data. Here given two circles, two concentric circles with radii 5 centimeter and 3 centimeter. So here clearly we can write it as OA is equal to 5 centimeter and OC is equal to 3 centimeter. And a chord AB is drawn. A chord AB is drawn for the larger circle, right, which intersects the smaller circle at C, at a point C. Clear? So here we can say that then AB is, that implies AB will be a tangent to the smaller circle. Clear? So where C is called point of contact. Here you observe. We know that the angle between the radius and the tangent is 90 degrees. Before that we write what to find here. Find the length of the chord. So here let us write to find the length of the chord. That means here AB is the question mark for us. Right. Here if we observe carefully, what is the angle at C here? 90 degrees. Let us start solution from there. So we can write that clearly angle C is equal to 90 degrees. Since here I write the reason, the angle between radius and tangent at point of contact is 90 degrees, based on which we can say angle C is 90 degrees. Now clearly which kind of triangle was CA? It is a right angle triangle. So here from triangle OCA, angle C is 90 degrees. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem. Since it is a right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem can be applied. So by Pythagoras theorem, we can say hypotenuse square, or we can say square of hypotenuse is OA square. OA square is equal to sum of the, means here plus, squares of the other two sides. If OA is hypotenuse, other two sides are OC and AC. So here I am writing OC square plus AC square. Let us substitute the values. OA is already known, it is 5. So let us substitute here. This is 5 square equal to OC is 3. So it is 3 square plus AC square. We do not know. Let us write as it is. So here we can write 5 square as 25. Let us send this 3 square is 9. Let us send this 9 this side. 25 minus 9 is 16. So 16 is equal to AC square. 16 can be written as 4 square. 4 square equal to AC square. On taking square roots, AC is equal to 4 centimeter. So finally we got here AC as 4 centimeter. But the required question is that we need AB. We do not want AC, we want AB. Means we are in need of AB. With the help of AC only, AB can be found. Now let us see here what is the relationship between AC and AB. Here you see we are going to learn a relation between AC and AB so that we can find AB. Right. Now here, what is O? O is the center of the circles. Especially it is the center of the circle for the larger circle. You take larger circle. O is the center of the larger circle. Of course it is the center for both. Now at this point I would like to tell you a relation between AC and AB. For this you take O as the center of the larger circle. So here I am drawing here once again. Okay, here O is the center of the larger circle. And here what is AB? AB is chord. And here what is the angle at C? Angle at C is 90 degrees. Right. That means here you understand a line. Which kind of line? Perpendicular line. Perpendicular line drawn from the center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. Here you see AB is a chord. This is perpendicular line. So here we can write that we know that perpendicular line drawn from the center to a chord, comma, bisects the chord. We can write bisects it. That means here this point is bisecting point, in which we can say AC is equal to CB. Bisecting means what? That is the midpoint. So we can say AC is equal to CB. AC is equal to CB. But already you know AC has 4 centimeter. So CB also will be 4 centimeter. Clear? So here I am writing AC as 4 centimeter. CB is also 4 centimeter. Now what is AB? Now let us write here. Now AB can be written as AC plus CB. AC plus CB. Here you know AC as 4 centimeter plus CB as also 4 centimeter. 4 plus 4 is 8. Therefore AB, that is the length of the chord AB, we got here as 8 centimeter. Let us see the question once again. Here you see what to find. Find the length of the chord. So you can write here that therefore the length of the chord that is AB is 8 centimeter is the final answer. With this problem 2 gets completed. Now we see question number 3. Prove that the parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. Now here we take a circle. Okay, it is to be subscribed means circumscribed. It is to be circumscribed by a parallelogram. Means here parallelogram should come outside of this. So here you can take this as one of the sides of parallelogram, and here this is the other side, right? And you can take this as the another side, and here it can be taken as other side. Whereas you have to take care opposite sides are to be parallel also. So let us consider this is the required figure. we can take A, B, C, D as a parallelogram in which opposite sides are parallel and equal. And this is the circle whose center is O. Next, here points of contact. Here I am taking this point as P, it has Q, this is R, and here this is S. Right. Now here let us start solving this problem. First, given. Here what is given? Parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. Right. That is circumscribing a circle. So it is circumscribing a circle. Right. That means here we get 4 points of contact. So here let us write, let P, Q, R and S are the respective points of contact. Respective points of contact. Right. So here what is to be proved? Here we need to prove that ABCD is a rhombus. So here we can write to prove, given here, you don't be confused. Here given thing is that ABCD is a parallelogram. We need to prove that ABCD is a rhombus. A rhombus. Right. Now here let us start solving this, or we can say it as proof. So here I am starting the proof here. Here you come back to the given diagram. Here you understand what is A with respect to the circle. A is the external point. Moreover, from the external point, two tangents are drawn. One is length of the tangent is AP. Here the length of the tangent is AS. We know that the lengths of the tangents drawn from an external point are equal. Based on that we can say AP is equal to AS. Not only that, BP is equal to BQ. Along with that, CQ is equal to CR, and also DS is equal to DR. So here let us write everything very clearly. So here we can write the common reason is that we know that the lengths of tangents drawn from an external point are equal. So here based on this only one reason we can write all the tangents. Here you see AP is equal to AS. AP is equal to AS. So let us take it as equation number 1. Same way BP is equal to BQ. BP is equal to BQ. Let us take it as equation number 2. Same way CR is equal to CQ. CR is equal to CQ. It can be taken as equation number 3. And DR is equal to DS. DR is equal to DS. Let us take it as equation number 4. Now here what we need to do, we are going to add them. Here we are going to add them in the order. So here let us add them. So on adding, let us write AP and BP together. So here I am writing AP plus BP, these two together, plus CR and DR together. CR plus DR is equal to, while adding this side you see AS plus BQ plus CQ plus DS. But here I am going to write these two together. In addition we can alter it. It's not a problem. So here, so AS plus DS I am writing together. Here I am writing AS plus DS plus, here I added first one and fourth one. Remaining to BQ plus CQ. So BQ plus CQ. Now let us observe carefully. here AP plus BP, nothing but AB. So here I replace AP plus BP with AB. Here I can give you a small clue also. Which is common, that point can be neglected, it can be left. AP and BP, you see P is common, you can take out the P. AB you will get. Same way here, see CR plus DR, R is common, you can take it out. So CD, so it is CD is equal to AS plus DS, S is common, we can write only AD. Here A, here D. And here in C, BQ plus CQ, CQ can be left, it can be omitted, so BC is left, BC. Now here one more thing is that AB plus CD, that means here AB plus CD is equal to, we got AD is equal to BC. That means here we got that sum of the lengths of the opposite sides are equal. Along with that, we know that since ABCD is a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So we can write AB is equal to CD. That means here I can replace either AB with CD. If not, I can replace CD with AB. But you do any one of the things. So here I would like to write AB as it is, plus in place of CD, I am writing AB again because these two are equal. So here once again I am writing AB in place of CD. Right. I am writing here AD in place of AD. I am writing BC. So here BC plus here BC is there, that I am writing as it is. Here you can write the reason. Since ABCD is a parallelogram, since it is a parallelogram, we can say that opposite sides are equal. That means CD can be written as AB and AD can also be written as BC. Right. Now here AB plus AB is 2AB and BC plus BC is 2BC. Let us cancel 2 and 2. So here we get AB is equal to BC. Here we came to the conclusion. Here you observe, two things are to be merged. What are those two things? ABCD is a parallelogram and also we got AB equal to BC. That means when ABCD is a parallelogram, here you see AB is equal to DC because opposite sides are equal. Just now we got here that AB is equal to BC also. That means here what can you say here? Observe carefully. Since ABCD is a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Just now we have arrived a conclusion that same AB equal to BC. That means here AB, BC, CD all are equal. And one more thing, since ABCD is a parallelogram, BC is equal to AD also. That means here we got AB, BC, CD, DA, all the four sides are equal. Is it clear? All the four sides are equal. And here when you join AC and also BD, then as you know, here there are four congruent triangles. So here we can say, see, just orally I am saying, if we consider here these two, OB is the common side, AB is equal to BC, just now we got it, and AO is equal to OC because here in a parallelogram diagonals bisect each other. So since these two are congruent, we can say this angle and this angle both are equal by CPCT. When these two angles are equal and this, that is a straight line, that is 180. So here each angle is 90 and 90. They are equal, that too they form 180, they form a linear pair. So this is 90, this is 90. You observe here carefully that all the sides are equal and diagonals are bisecting each other at 90 degrees. Isn't it sufficient to say ABCD is a rhombus? Definitely. So here we can say ABCD is a rhombus. But instead of writing all these things, we can conclude it with a single line. That is that here we can say that therefore we have, here you see, I am writing the conclusion that ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram and its adjacent sides are equal. So its adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent sides are equal. So when it happens, as I have told you clearly, that then we can say, using which we can conclude this as ABCD is a rhombus. Clear? So here we can, ABCD is a rhombus. So here we can conclude this problem, that here we need to prove ABCD is a rhombus. So we got the same conclusion. With this problem number 3 gets completed. Now let us see next question, that is question number 4. A triangle ABC is drawn to circumscribe a circle of radius 3 cm such that the segments BD and DC, into which BC is divided by the point of contact D, are of length 9 cm and 3 cm respectively. See adjacent figure. Here figure is given in the question. Here if you understand, a triangle ABC, this is the triangle ABC. It is circumscribing a circle of radius 3 cm. This is the circle whose radius is 3 cm, such that the segments BD is one of the segments, and DC, into which BC is divided by the point of contact D. Here you see, if this is the circle, clearly AC, BC and AB, these three are the 3 tangents of this particular circle. So here D is point of contact, that is divided in the length 9 cm, BD is 9 cm and here CD is 3 cm. Find the sides AB and AC. Here if you understand carefully, D is not only point of contact. Here you can take this point, we take it as E. E is also point of contact, and let us consider F. F is also point of contact. Right. Here given that radius is 3 cm. Let us take this circle whose center is O. Then clearly OD is 3 cm. At the same time, if you join OE is also 3 cm, because that is also radius. And moreover, as we know, the length of tangents drawn from an external point are equal. So here you can take the external point as C, so that CD and CE, these two are the tangents drawn from an external point C. So their lengths are equal. Given CD is 3 cm in the question, so that CE also will be 3 cm. Is it clear? Now one more thing is that here OE is the radius and AC is the tangent, and we know the angle between the radius and the tangent is 90 degrees at the point of contact. So angle E is 90 degrees. Similarly, angle D is also 90 degrees. Now if you observe carefully, OECD is a quadrilateral in which all the 4 sides are equal, and 2 of the angles is 90 degrees. So definitely we can say angle OE is 90, angle C is 90, and hence OECD is a square. So here let us start the problem here. Given, we can write the given data here. ABC is a triangle. ABC is a triangle. And also given CD is equal to 3 cm, BD is equal to 9 cm. Right. And given the radius of the circle, that is OD is equal to OE is equal to 3 cm. Right. Now here what to find? The question is that to find, here we need to find side AB and AC. Clear? Now let us consider, for example, AE as X as we know the tangents drawn from an external point are equal, AE is equal to AF, so AF also will be x, right, x centimeter in fact. Same way from B you see BD is equal to BF, since BD is 9, BF is also 9 centimeter, we can write BF also 9 centimeter. So here we will write now, so AB is equal to x plus 9 is required, x plus 9 centimeter. AC is equal to x plus 3 centimeter. These are the values we need to find. Now here let us start the problem. So let us start solution now. We know that right, the lengths of tangents drawn from an external point are equal. Based on this reason, we can say AE is equal to AF, AE is equal to AF is equal to x centimeter, BD is equal to BF is equal to 9 centimeter, CD is equal to CE is equal to, these two are equal to 3 centimeter, right. And one more thing here we need to observe that the angle between the radius and the tangent at the point of contact is 90 degrees. So we can write it clearly, angle E and angle D each is 90 degrees. So definitely we can say that if these two are 90 degrees and here each side is equal, so we can say OECD is a square. If it is a square, each angle is 90 degrees, we can take angle C equal to 90 degrees. That means here ACB is a right angled triangle, right angled at C. Is it clear? That means triangle ACB is a right angle triangle. So let us write triangle ACB, not ABC, ACB, because right angle at C, that is to be written in the middle. Triangle ACB is a right angled triangle, right angled triangle. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square, that is AB square. Hypotenuse square means AB square equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, AC square plus BC square. AC square plus BC square. Now, as we know the values, let us substitute here. So first AB square, that is x plus 9 whole square. Here x plus 9 whole square, this is AB square, is equal to AC square, means x plus 3 whole square, x plus 3 whole square, plus BC square, this is 9 plus 3, that is 12, so 12 square, this is 12 square, right. Now let us simplify this to get the value of x. This is in the form of a plus b whole square, so let us simplify this. Let us expand a square means x square plus 2 into a into b, 2 into x into 9, 2 into x into 9, x into 9 is 9x, 2 into 9x is 18x, plus b square is 9, so 9 square is 81, b is here 9, b square is 9 square, so it is 81. And let us expand this x plus 3 whole square also by using the same formula, that is a plus b whole square formula. A square, here a is x, so x square, plus 2ab, 2 into x into 3, x into 3 is 3x, 2 into 3x equal to 6x, plus b square, here b is 3, 3 square is 9, plus here 12 square is 144. Now here we can cancel x square and x square because both of them they have the same symbol and they are in the in between is equal to is there. That means as their quantities are equal, we can cancel them as they have the same symbols. If not, if you just shift these terms that side, then also plus x square will become minus x square. In that way also x square and x square, they both get cancelled. Now here, let us bring all the x terms one side, constants other side. Here 18x is there. Let us write 18x as it is. Plus 6x, bring this side, that will become minus 6x is equal to 9 plus 144 is 153. Let us send this plate plus 81, this side will become minus 81. Clear? 18x minus 6x is 12x is equal to 153 minus 81 is 72. Right. So here x is equal to 72 by 12. So in 12 table, 72 gets cancelled by 6 times, since 12 6 are 72. So finally here we get x is equal to 6 centimeter. But here you do understand that here, can we close the problem here? Let us see what to find. We need to find AB and AC, but not the value of x. Of course, value of x is required, but that is not the last step. We need to find AB and AC. So let us find now. Now, AB is equal to x plus 9, since x is 6. So this is 6 plus 9. 6 plus 9 is 15 centimeter. Same way, now BC is equal to, I think, AC. So we need to find AC. Let us write here, AC is equal to x plus 3. X plus 3. Since x is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9 centimeter. So here finally we got the value of AB as 15 centimeter and value of AC as 9 centimeter. With this fourth problem gets completed. If you feel this video is helpful to you, please like, share and subscribe our channel. And please do not forget to press the bell button so that you will get the notifications from our channel. Thank you very much.